Welcome to Only Ghosts in the Building. This is your host, Emily Claire. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I am posting an audio version of our episode, but we're also going to be posting a video version. So sign up to our Patreon. It is patreon.com/Only Ghosts in the Building, or sign up to our YouTube at Only Ghosts in the Building. You'll be able to see all the video that we collected, all the pictures that we collected. It was such a great time. We had a wonderful 2 days. We met so many good people. We made a lot of amazing contacts that hopefully you'll be hearing soon on the podcast. So stick around here if you would like to hear our audio, or I will be adding the audio to the video, so you'll be able to hear it both ways, but also get to see pictures and video of everything. So enjoy this. It was so much fun, and we're definitely gonna go next year. Come to Pennhurst Asylum, Pennhurst Paracon 2025. I know that Nick Groff and Tessa Groff are actually going to be headlining the event for next year. So come hang out with us and tell us your stories. All right, we will see you soon. Hey everyone, this is Emily Claire.
And Karen Lynn.
And we're just gonna give a little first day roundup because we didn't get to record the first day. We'll kind of go through what we did, and then once we're done this, it'll go and pop into on the street live recording of the Paracon.
So, May 18th and 19th, Saturday and Sunday 2024, it was the Pennhurst Paracon and Oddities show. I have never been to a Paracon that was on a Saturday and Sunday. We drove up both days.
Yeah.
The first day was wet. It rained all day.
How long did it take us to get there? A little over an hour?
Hour and a half, maybe. Not quite that much, but we also stopped at Dunkin' Donuts for coffee.
And the bathroom.
And the bathroom. So Spring City, Pennsylvania is kind of out there.
Yeah.
It's not something that there's a lot around. You know?
Well, except for that, is it Royersford?
Royersford
Borough.
Which Royersford is actually a cute little town.
It is really so adorable.
We drove through it, and it's just really neat. I'd like to go back and visit.
And remember when we were driving up and we were about to turn on to the one road, and we were going over that bridge? We were going to Bridge Road. Right. And that we saw the same guy both mornings.
Both mornings walking in the
same location.
He did have different outfits on.
He did have, so it wasn't a total time slip, but that was so weird. Oh, hi again. Deja vu.
So I was a little concerned about going to Pennhurst.
Yeah.
Because it's had a weird reputation over the years.
Yeah.
You know, it was an asylum. They call it an asylum, but it really wasn't an asylum, like a crazy house type asylum that you think of. It was originally advertised as Pennhurst State School, which was for children primarily that had disabilities, and we'll talk about that, or we have another I think parts of the podcast, but it's really was called Pennhurst State School and Hospital, and it was for Eastern Pennsylvania. So they had state schools throughout the state, but it was just for certain counties that you could send your children to that fit that criteria.
Hey, question.
Mm-hmm.
When they took the Native American children, did they put them in state schools as well? Was that called a state school?
I don't believe so. I think they were religious schools. So
so it wasn't called a state school.
I think it wasn't particularly called a state school. They did send them to schools to get the Indian out of them, as they used to call, to change their language, and to keep them from being totally, I mean, I guess kids had to go to school, so they took the kids and
but
schooled them the way they wanted them schooled.
They were going to their own schools on the reservation.
This is a whole different thing.
I know, I'm sorry. But I just felt like they called them state schools.
They may have called them that, but they were usually religious based.
There are some amazing podcasts out there that are just gut-wrenching. It's there, and I highly suggest to listen to them. Trigger warning, but we need to know about what they did
history,
to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway.
Taking kids away from their parents is never a good thing.
No.
Never a good thing. And then putting them in institutions where they're not really cared for or they're punished.
Yes.
To excess. And that's always also really bad. So this was, it was Eastern Pennsylvania, certain counties, and it was called the Institute for the Feeble-Minded and Epileptic. And that covered a whole category of mental illness, physical disabilities, and then it really got into darker things that just shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the buildings are there. It was interesting to see the remnants of the buildings.
Yes.
And to drive past them to see how isolated that
It really was. It really was.
Yeah, it's actually there was a railroad that went past there, which is now the Schuylkill River Trail.
Oh,
so it's no longer a railroad, which I found out was really interesting to me. I don't know if anybody else, but if you go on the Schuylkill River Trail, I guess you go past Pennhurst. The buildings, some of them have been torn down. They're rehabbing some of the buildings. Some of the buildings you can go into, some you can't. And the really bad ones that are structurally unsafe, they are demolishing or have demolished.
Yeah.
And then part of the property was sold to
the
VA
hospital. Yeah.
Right. And we drove past that.
We did, because we took a wrong turn. Because it's so far out there and it's so confusing to get there.
So from my point of view, I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
I'd never been to a Paracon. I didn't know it was as big as it is.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that go there.
Yes.
And have tables there.
Yes.
All kinds of different items for sale, different people that do paranormal investigations that are there to talk to you about them, and then some of the bigger names of people.
Yeah.
So you're more familiar with those people.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to list them off?
Yeah, some of the ones that you remember. I know there were a lot more.
Oh, I know them all.
Okay. Okay, well, give it a go.
That's because I've been watching these shows since Ghost Hunters first started. But Jason Hawes, Dave Tango, Steve Gonsalves, Chris Williams, Sherry, can't remember her name, that is in the Ghost Hunters reboot, I think. Sherry's in this. Anyway, I don't know her last name. I can't remember it. But then the Ghost Brothers were there.
I love the Ghost Brothers.
Mom's like, oh, I love you.
Oh, no. I just thought they were really funny.
They
very personable.
Editing this has been such a joy when I get to their video clip and I have audio of them too, and it's just they just put a smile on my face. They're so funny.
So they give people different people give different talks.
Yeah, it's a Q&A.
Right.
And then there's Amy and Adam. There was Patty Negri, she's a witch. I know her from TV doing witchy stuff and ghost things. There's those guys that I know them in their costume, but I don't know their names. But
like Leatherface
and Jason.
Yeah, there were some people.
Yeah.
From
horror films, the horror guys.
Yeah, they were kind of a separate.
Apparently, they were really cool, but.
Yeah,
didn't say hi to them. And then the big hit of the con was Project Fear.
Yeah, they were very popular.
Very popular. People stood in lines for a long time. I did not.
So some of these people, like Amy and...
Yeah.
You can stand in line, you get a I
got a tote bag.
Book or other merch, and then they'll sign it, and you can take your picture with them.
Yeah.
It costs $40 usually to get that done, right?
Well, I don't.
20 on some.
I don't know if they. Yeah, I don't know if they'll just sign a book that you already have and you don't have to pay anything. But I felt bad, so I was like, I'll just have them sign this tote bag, which is really cute.
I think for a lot of them too, it helps fund their
Yes.
projects, so we want to see more of them. So
Yes.
we want to give them
Because they
some help.
haven't been signed back on to their TV deals.
What's all that TV deal?
Nobody knows because there was a merger or something. And they don't know what's going to happen to the ghost shows.
Okay.
Like, I think all of them except for maybe Zach Baggins. And I think that's why people are so mad at Zach.
So anyway, it was kind of a combination of a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
They had that, what was it and I know you have it on the video where you come in and it was a speakeasy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not sure how that all fits into.
Well, the speakeasy, I think they do their events. And so there was like a lounge for the VIP members, which we did not do VIP because we didn't know what we were getting into. And
it was a lot more money than we have in our budget right now.
Like
which is
ridiculous amount of money. The RIP, shoo!
Yeah, that was really high.
The discounted RIP for next year is at $200, and that was discounted. I was like, what? But that's for people that want to go have drinks. So you have, like, they had a bar set up.
Right, they feed you
and
stuff.
they give, you have food, and you get to go have drinks with the cast members.
And then you can do like an
You
all-night
schmooze. And
investigation.
they had add-on investigations that we also didn't do.
Well, we didn't because one of the things is it's too short, and you don't know when you go in investigation who you're getting kind of paired with.
Yes.
And there were so many people there. Maybe you would have gone in to see the areas, but I don't know how much evidence that you could or experiences that you could have with kind of like a daytime short, an hour long.
Yeah, it was 50 minutes for the $30 for 50 minutes.
So I think
in the daytime with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, that wasn't something that we really wanted to spend our money on. We want to spend more money, but go for a longer period of time and with select group.
Yes.
So we've got our tribe.
Our pair of friends.
Our friends. And that, so yeah, we will go back, but that is something you can do. Darlene and I did go on the history tour, which was about 50 minutes, and it was $30, and they walked around to the different buildings and talked about the history and what buildings, who was in what building. And
I'm glad you did that.
I kind of gave you an idea of Pennhurst. There's kind of a separation between the Paracon, I think, and what happened at Pennhurst.
Yes.
There's an overlap, but like you can do the investigation, you can do the history tour, but
we're having a good time. This is everybody meeting each other and hugging and laughing.
Seeing the different investigative groups, because there were a whole bunch of people that had tables that do different investigations.
Yes.
There were some psychics there that people were getting readings, and then there was some merchandise that people sold, and then there were some oddities, which you had to explain to me what oddities
are. Yeah,
there was a funeral home. Had
the funeral museum.
Right. And then there were some artists.
Yeah.
There was an artist that you and Darlene
really liked her.
Liked her artwork, and it turned out she has a backstory that was interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
So, walking around, meeting different people.
Yes.
Just kind of feeling the vibe was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And not the spooky vibe, because it's everybody has a high vibration. We were all very excited to be there, excited to meet people. So, excited to drink the cool coffee out of the cat mugs. Like, there's fun stuff going on. So it wasn't like when you go on the real night investigations.
The actual investigations.
Yes.
So it was sort of like a...
What did we go to? Like a Ren Fair?
Ren Fair.
The Renaissance Fair?
The Renaissance Fair.
Oh, yeah.
It was sort of that sort of atmosphere.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things going on. And then there were some people doing... like sword swallowing,
sideshow, yeah.
stuff. Sword swallowing and balloon through his, blowing a balloon up through his nose and then it came out his mouth. Kind of stuff like that. There was a woman who was doing hula hoop tricks.
Yeah.
It was fun. So this was kind of a whole variety of things, no matter what you're interested in. That was kind of fun. So that being said, we'll keep it short because, we've got a lot of stuff on the video, but
yeah.
I think it's for people who haven't been there.
Yeah.
It kind of needs a little explanation
of
what you see.
Yeah.
Because we just saw just a short piece of it.
Right.
If we showed everything that was going on, it would take hours.
Yeah.
It took hours to watch.
Yeah, because we were there from, 11:30 to 5 o'clock.
Right.
Both
and
days.
That day too, right?
Yeah.
First day was kind of a bummer because it was wet.
Yeah. It was raining. Yeah, it wasn't pouring rain, but it was just enough to be gross.
And walking out in the grass or the dirt.
Yeah, muddy. Oh gosh, the mud. And the porta potties.
Yeah, well. So talk about this. And they had some food, limited food. Some
very limited food.
Wine.
The beer was good.
You had beer. Did they have wine? I think
they had those can things. It was like a weird.
Yeah, that's right.
But
after flavor.
Yeah, I think there was. They said it said natural sweetener in it, but I was like, this tastes yucky.
Yeah, like Splenda, they consider a natural sweetener.
Ugh.
But anyway,
yes.
And then the coffee.
Yeah, and the coffee.
That seemed to be very popular.
Big hit.
Always a big line going to get coffee. So
I think we all needed coffee.
So the end of the day, we were kind of tired. We were ready to go home. We had to drive all the way back and then drive. We didn't stay overnight up there, although that would have been next time maybe.
Yeah.
Royersford would have Royersford where we could stay.
Yeah, I'll ask Jess and Tenny where they stayed. Be like, party over there.
I don't know. They might say, not with you.
Hey.
We're too big. No, they wouldn't say that.
They are so nice.
Very nice.
They are so nice.
And he was huggy.
He was very huggy.
He liked to hug.
I put out my hand to shake it, and he was like, hugs. I was like, okay. Yeah.
It was fun. I think they did. It was well organized.
Yeah. Well, it was funny listening to their podcast. What's up, weirdo? They were like, so we're signed on to be MCs, but we don't know what that means. And then after, they did another podcast talking about it, and they were like, we still don't know what it means. They did it, and they did a great job. So it was funny.
Then we got to meet Toad.
And Toad.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Yeah, Toad's the cutest ever.
I think Toad was a little overwhelmed.
Yes, the poor baby.
And that was so nice of you to bring back a bed the second day.
Yeah.
Because he was just sort of like there was gravel.
Yeah, he
wasn't comfortable.
They had no idea what they were getting into.
Right, so they didn't have really something for him to sit on.
Yeah.
It was kind of a gravelly area where they were, so.
And he got a tick.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. She was really upset about it. Yeah.
That's her baby.
Yeah, that is.
Yes. So, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
We had a good time, and we will talk about more after the episode when we give a wrap-up. Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, so what we're going to do, I mean, I guess we could do a second day wrap-up, but I did we have a bunch of audio on the scene, but we've got to plan our Pennhurst overnight, our investigation trip with our new friends and our old friends and all the people. I feel like we can just roll up there with our own squad, and we all know what each other is doing now because I feel like most of us have investigated with each other. So
that's true because and some people have more equipment than we have, which is cat balls.
Yeah, we have cat balls and an EMF meter.
But our focus isn't so much on investigation.
No.
Ours is talking to people that do investigation.
Yeah.
And then talking about what we did for investigation, which is really fun.
Well, and I love our spirit box sessions. Yeah. We've been getting such good stuff.
Is that the Estes when you do the Estes method?
Yeah.
There's some stuff that comes through
It's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's funny. So spoiler alert, we're going to do Fort Mifflin soon because we just investigated there. And, we didn't have a group. We didn't know anybody coming in. Well, we actually did.
As it turned out.
But so we met this couple, April and Ron, while we were waiting for them to open up the gates. We're talking to them, and they had Paracon t-shirts on, and I was like, oh, we were there too. So we kind of talked to them, and then we were walking through before the investigation starts, and I see a woman with her Jim Harold t-shirt on, and I was like, Jim Harold.
She had also been at Paracon.
Yeah, and they had been at Paracon. So there was 6 of us that had all been at Paracon, but we didn't know each other there, but we know each other now. So it was really fun. So talk to people, meet people. You never know who you're going to find and who you're going to click with.
And I have to say, most of the people that are interested in paranormal investigations are more than willing to talk about their experiences and connect with you.
Yes.
And kind of we help each other out. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's why I brought the thing for Toad. Because we are para-unity, we're para-friends, and if somebody needs something, I got you. So, pay it forward.
And everyone we asked was willing to be on our podcast. We just need to find the time to get everybody in.
And send out the emails. So, gotta wait for those emails, guys. We're getting there.
A lot more content coming.
Yeah, absolutely a lot more content. And I need an assistant. I'm like, can I hire Kelsey to be my assistant for free?
Yeah, really.
She probably would too.
It keeps you busy.
It does. It does. I mean, so does Jonas.
Yeah, I know. He does.
He does.
Speaking of which,
we have to go see the babe because he's on summer vacation.
And he's out in the living room doing
YouTube.
Who knows?
No, he's watching YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
That's what he does.
YouTube.
I left him with his milk, and he's got his YouTube video. So we're good. All right.
All right.
Enjoy the show.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to Only Ghosts in the Building. This is your host, Emily Claire.
And Karen Lynn.
And we're here at day 2 of Paracon. We didn't get to record anything yesterday. We got some pictures, but it was really rainy and cruddy. So we're doing it today. It's probably pretty echoey, so because we're in the Devon building. And this is where all the vendors are. And also Adam Berry and Amy Bruni are hidden away in the corner.
Yay!
Yeah, we saw them yesterday. We love them.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to pass around and say hey to people. Enjoy today. Hey.
Hey, it's Tony from Interstate Paranormal Research. We are live here at Pennhurst Paracon. So how come you all are not here at Pennhurst Paracon? We got Only Ghost here, and the rest of our team is over here at the table. They'll be mingling around and interviewing everybody. So next year, Pennhurst Paracon 2025, be here and get interviewed by Only Ghost for their podcast. So stay tuned for some more of that. So everybody have fun and come out and see the celebrities and all the teams and all the vendors.
Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Morgan, say hey, Only Ghost.
Hey guys, it's Morgan. My name is Morgan.
Where are you from?
The DE.
No, I mean, what's your podcast?
Oh.
Introduce your...
So I'm Morgan, your ghost host from the Girlfriend Hour.
Yay! And I'm sure that if you have seen our social media, then you have seen their stuff too, because we are tag teaming everything together. We're ghosty besties. Hi, introduce yourself.
I'm Amber. I'm from IPR, Interstate Paranormal. I was just on one of your recent episodes that's coming out soon, so that's really cool.
It's going to be 3.
It's okay. Really cool. 3 episodes. Can't wait. We are here at Pennhurst Paracon. It's the last day. Come on out, gang.
Yay!
Have some fun. Come meet Project Fear, Ghost Hunters, Ghost Bros. Come on out.
Ghost Bros for
Get some merch. Maybe get into our raffle that we're doing. for Friendsgiving this year at the Manor, at My Haunted Manor. Come on out.
Hey, it's Stephanie from Interstate Paranormal, and I'm just here enjoying the last day of the con.
Yay, Steffi!
What's your Instagram tag?
Hey, look, it's Fifi.
Yeah.
Yes, go follow her. You'll get to see some really cool stuff, and I'll be having her on very soon as well. I know. I want to hear all about how you got hooked up with Interstate. It's going to be really cool because I knew you before. It's so weird because we've only known each other for like a month now. It's a little bit longer, but yeah. Anyway, thank you. See you soon.
Little something that I was getting, but the other two I wasn't reading much. I just wasn't connecting with them.
Yeah.
I thought that was. I'd love to see them like in action.
Yeah. Okay, so food. What did you think of that drink yesterday? I got the same thing that you got.
Oh, the half and half.
Yeah. Well, didn't have a weird aftertaste.
It almost like
It was
you ever
like
have like a
stevia.
Diet Coke and it has like that aspartame like.
Yeah, I think it was stevia in it, but it didn't say it on there. If I had seen that it said that, I would have been like, no, I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. No. So, but the coffee looked cute. They
I
have
want to
little
get the coffee
cups.
so bad.
Little kitty cat
I
cups.
get my hands on the damn coffee.
Yeah. So we're over here by the Q&A stage, and we're waiting for John, Tenny, and Jess from What's Up Weirdo? And she brought her doggy, and I have some presents for her doggy. We're gonna take care of that little baby. This gravel was really harsh on him yesterday. That felt bad. And she's so busy. What? Popping in here to say that I made a goof. Even though it's not that much of a goof, I thought Toad was a Frenchie, but he's actually a Boston Terrier. So, it's kind of an easy thing to mistake because they're both very similar, but he's not as much of a meatball as a Frenchie would. So, still a cutie, still a meatball, but not like a super meatball. Is meatball light, a small mini meatball with legs, long legs. Okay, anyway, I love Toad. That is all.
My dog is Abe.
A Frenchie. I'm pretty sure like a full-on Frenchie.
I love Frankie.
Yeah. And a little funny cute face. But I think he was trying, like I kept like bounding over because she's busy. John's busy. Like they can't really take care of it like while they're trying to get people's questions going. So like Mom and Darlene and I were all dog people and we're like petting them.
I would be obsessed. I just love Frenchies. They're so they're like the meatballs of the dog world.
Yeah, totally. They're little meatballs.
Little meatballs.
I like Frenchies better than I like pugs.
Pugs, as they get old, I like am convinced that pugs turn into zombies. I'm convinced that pugs turn into zombies.
Well, their eyes get all weird,
They
right?
get like cataracts, and they start breathing weird. And you're like, you just never know like when a pug's day is gonna be its last because like they die like 12 times. I swear my aunt's friend had one, and like we called him Maxi Pad because his name was Maxi.
Oh my god.
And so like we're like Maxi Pad, and he'd come over and he's got like one working leg, his nose is all, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, is he good? Like I'm like, is that dog good? Like I feel like he needs like help. He needs some milk. That poor dog. I'm like, he needs something, a little protein. I don't know.
We're just now. It's dog hour.
It's dog hour.
Yeah.
I feel like we're the commentators at like the dog show.
Yeah.
Like, and this one, 5 out of 10.
Well, there's only one other dog here, and it's died. Like they have. Is it a corgi?
I don't think corgi here.
Oh, I didn't see the corgi. I saw the one that has like a big fluffy tail and a fluffy body, and it's little, and it's painted orange to look like a little fox. It's so cute. It's so cute.
Are there people touring up there?
I think so. Yeah, I think, but that's the Tinicum building, right? Yeah. We'll go walk over and see. she's seeing somebody in one of the buildings. And that might be, I wonder if it's my mom's tour, Mom and Darlene.
I thought I saw one with a white hospital gown.
What?
Right there.
In that one?
She stepped forward and was like looking, and then I was like, huh. And I'm like, spirit or person? Spirit or person? We like to play this game a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, and I'm trying to focus on like our dog commentary, and I was like, hold on, I gotta pause.
Yeah. See, I don't know if because this is the Tinicum building, and I don't think it's open right now. I don't think it's one of the ones that you can go in right now.
I was like, is there tours? Because
there are tours. I did see people popping out from other buildings yesterday while we were in the Ghost Bros line. So, but like they were.
That window, right?
It was obviously.
It's giving me like I'm still drawn to it.
The one with the half, or the one that?
The half.
Okay, that one.
With the white.
Take a picture.
Probably should.
We'll post it up. Everybody see?
Definitely.
There they are. John and Jess are here. There's Toad. All right, I gotta go give John. My mom's message was that she's so sorry she misses him. I think she meant sorry I'm missing him, but it sounded more like I miss you. I love her. Yeah, that's recording. Yes. No, I want the selfie mode. I thought about it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Except you're tall.
It's a good one.
It is. Because you're handsome. You said that yesterday.
I used to be.
I used to be.
Past my prime.
Me too.
15 years ago, I was unstoppable. It's a second win for all of us coming around.
Yeah. We're going to get hot again.
Yes. Yes. Our early hot stage was just a warm-up for our old hot stage.
Yes, exactly.
It's like Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Like he dies, but then comes back more fucking Gandalf. Powerful.
Yes. You shall not pass.
Right? Oh, Gandalf the Grey. I'm Gandalf the White motherfuckers.
Boy.
Let's go with
I've
this.
got the white coming in. We got it.
Yep. And I found myself, as I get older, I used to wear all black, and now I'm wearing grays.
You look very
So then I'm going to become white. It'll be white sweaters and white suits.
Yes. Maybe a little cream while you're going full white, like a cream sweater. Yeah, I got you.
very color coordinated. I love it.
Anyway, so good luck.
Thanks.
You guys were like super busy.
It'll be, well, I don't think it's as busy as it was yesterday.
No, it's not. No. I told Jeff, I was like, you guys see anything, let me know.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to like sit in my lap yesterday.
He got a tick yesterday.
I know, she told me. That's why I got
But
stuff for
ticks,
him.
He's got his tick spray and stuff.
Yeah. We'll see you. All right, do you want to go back to like... Isn't he so cute and nice? So the Ghost Brothers are now doing their Q&A. And we are really excited. They're really funny guys.
If you were to have a haunted animal or pet, what would it be? A chihuahua. A ghost chihuahua. Okay. Okay. I see what's happening here. I feel like it'd be crawling at your ankles. You gonna have the most spiciest dog as your pet? Ghost. As a ghost? What kind of barking is it going to
Come on up over here.
A ghost chihuahua.
Over here.
In my research, ghost chihuahuas, it sounded like...
You can come up.
Well, I was proven wrong. I thought that we heard a ghost dog in Rose Hall in Jamaica. Apparently, Tawana Marcus told me that those are just wild dogs. Those were real animals.
That was next door. That was next door to somebody's house.
Right. We should
We're having fun of anybody here.
No, but I haven't had any real extensive experience.
Was it better?
No, this is good.
With pets. You know, I don't know how to specialize in that. But do you specialize in that?
I was going to say, we did have an episode at Wedding Cake. A psychic. She specializes in talking to animals. So we had that investigation where the family...
There's a little kid here. She's probably like 2.
She was able to kind of make impact.
Ghost, yeah.
So that's one of the
She's so cute.
that you encounter on an investigation with probably a ghost animal.
But how do you confirm if they keep it real? Like,
I feel like I gotta go to school and do that.
she said she misses you.
They're funny.
She misses the time you used to go.
They had everybody on
fetch.
that today.
Does this make sense to you?
I hope they can hear it. I don't know if they
Next
can.
question.
Next question. Oh, we got a lot of hands going. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, man. What's up?
Hi, I'm Christy from Philly.
Hey, Christy from
This
Philly.
is kind of a two-part question.
Okay.
I want to know what's your dream location and what's your favorite survey.
All right, I'm gonna stop. This is fun. I need to stop recording. Hey guys. So we just finished watching the Ghost Brothers Q&A, and we are over by the tent while Morgan and I are, while Mom and Darlene are off on the historical tour. And it's crazy here. It's crazy. Everybody is just so cool, and they have awesome crafts. There's haunted dolls and all kinds of stuff. There's eyeballs in a gumball holder machine. There's like just cool weird art. Tons of earrings and jewelry and fun stuff. There's mediums, tarot readers, crystals. Thank you. He likes my fanny pack. It's a rainbow one. They are podcasters, so I'm going to have to network with them too once I get back. Oh, cool. Raffle. Crossroads is here. So, Crossroads Paranormal Group. We met them yesterday, and they are so cool. And eventually, I think they're going to be on the podcast, so go check them out. Do you guys want to say hi to the podcast? Yeah. I'm just kind of live podcasting, walking around, talking to stuff. So, Crossroads, tell me who you are. Hi, we're Crossroad X Paranormal from North Carolina. Yay. What are your names? My name's Mariah. My name's Maddie. I'm Michaela.
And I'm Mama Ghost.
Mama Ghost. I feel you. We're the mom squad. I got my mama. I'm a mama. My husband's mom is with me today, and my friend is also here. Yes. Yeah. It's so cool. How are you doing? Having a good time today? Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. We're just
ran into ghost hunters.
yeah.
I just ran into Project. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to FaceTime, and I was like, "Hello, FaceTime my sister." She was so nervous. She answered me video.
Yeah. That was me with John Tenney yesterday.
Right?
Yeah. I was like, hi. Okay. So I had to go back and make them take a selfie with me.
Like, I knew I was going to meet, but I didn't think of what I was going to say or do.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite to meet?
John Tenney.
Yeah.
I like What's Up Weirdo. That's a fun podcast. And I met Adam and Amy too. So, and the Ghost Brothers, they were hilarious.
Yeah, they are funny.
Yeah.
We watched their Q&A. Did you watch their Q&A?
Oh, yeah.
They were so funny.
We left the Q&A and got in the line to meet them right after, so I missed it, the end half. And then, so we just sat there and I live streamed it. So it'll be on the Facebook. You'll get to see it. You're tired? You need coffee? Yeah. You need a donut or something.
Yeah.
Give
you a sugar rush.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe cold chocolate.
Oh, that sounds good actually. I could use a cold chocolate.
I mean, that's just like chocolate milk.
Yeah, with ice maybe.
Yeah, right. Iced chocolate milk, please.
And like foam on top.
Yeah, yep.
All right, well, I'm gonna wander, but it's so good to see you, and I can't wait to talk to you. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Yep. Bye. You too. Aren't they the sweetest girls ever? So we're just walking around. I gotta go find Morgan and waiting for Mama and Darlene. And I think that's it for right now.
Driveway. There's a building that they're tearing down on the right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the hospital.
Yeah, it's too far gone for them
to
come back. Yeah.
They were saying on the tour the reason is that there's
Trespass to come out here. If it's structurally unsound and somebody goes crawling around inside here and gets hurt, they're going to be sued. So,
well, if you're trespassing, I don't know how that would work.
Because it's an LLC. This is privately owned. They could sue them. So I'm sure there's security here, but that's the reason that if it's structurally unsound, they're tearing it down. Mm-hmm. It's not worth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She bought cute little bat wings.
I love the bat wings.
She's like, I like your wings. I was like, everything. Thank you.
Is this the getup that you're going to put on for the next podcast?
No. I like to switch it up. I'm going to keep it within my color scope, so lilac green and holographic or sparkly.
Yeah.
I was telling her though, I did the same thing that I did grand opening night. I have
Oh no, I'm just catching your voice.
Okay, I was like, yes. I literally have texturizing spray that is the same as my hair glitter. So today I'm putting my hair up and getting ready. I was like, okay, let me put a little hairspray in. So I spray it all over. I opened my eyes and I thought I was seeing stars, and I'm like, am I gonna pass out? And then I realized, I was like, oh no, I sprayed my entire head with glitter. I was like,
all right, pickies.
Yeah,
pictures.
We don't have any.
We're here, and we're gonna do pictures. Okay. Say hey.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it. Say hey to
and
the
then
podcast.
you're coming in the next
Hi, a whole podcast. Check out Haunts and Legends podcast. Check it out. Podcast trio over here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna fall asleep to your lovely voice because I can't stay awake.
Or to be raised.
Okay, so we're here getting some beer. Darlene and I are here. We've got blonde wheat beer. Cheers. Our clinking plastic. Plastic cups. Wow. I'm a podcaster for real.
Well, I believe you.
talk for a living.
Yes, you do.
Well, not much of a living.
Sometimes.
So, ghost tour, or not a ghost tour, history tour. What was that like? You want to do building by building?
They started the administration building, and they talked about that's where I guess the first building that opened was the administration building. They're really not. I don't think they're giving tours of that building. I don't think that's.
No, I thought maybe he was going to take us in there, and really the tour was basically all outside, and you were surrounded by the different buildings. And I get the impression that they started with the administration building and maybe the one building, and then as they needed to expand.
Yeah. Are you gonna look at the pictures?
Yeah, I can tell you because I took pictures from the beginning.
I'll have them up on Patreon and probably on the socials too. But if you aren't already a subscriber of our Patreon, what is wrong with you? I'm just kidding.
Get with the program.
Get with the program. It is free to sign up.
It is.
You can join and you can get almost every benefit out there for free. You can listen for free, no ads or anything. But if you'd like to help us, donate to us.
Can't do it without you.
Sign up for either a $1 tier or a $5 tier, and a $5 tier has a little bit more content behind the scenes just for you guys. And I also have been giving out $5 off of our merch. Yeah, just a one-time $5 off, but if you want to buy something, it's basically free shipping. So, anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so the next one was what we saw Limerick.
That's
again, we
new
did not
one.
go in. Oh, you can do the ghost tours through Limerick.
Yeah.
Yes, but we didn't go into Limerick. And they explained about the residents who lived there, what the conditions were. the next building we saw is in the process of being torn down. It's the hospital. And they did talk about some bad things that happened in the hospital. The experiments they did on patients.
And they also quarantined people. They had a TB ward, tuberculosis obviously being. So they put people with TB in there. Also, the Spanish flu.
Yeah, that was in the
out of that. So they had to be a separate building for them. But yeah, they're in the process of tearing it down. The morgue was there.
The morgue, yeah.
And someone did ask, which I was curious myself, if there was a cemetery on site. It sounded like there was, but rather limited. I think some people went to also, if I'm not mistaken, the county morgue, and basically were buried in Potter's Field. Potter's Field.
Okay, so they would kind of export their body back home.
There were a few people from here that were buried on site, but yes, they would send them back to the county they were from.
Okay.
They did not. They were limited on their counties they had patients from. So if you were like from the Pittsburgh area, you didn't come here.
There was another one. Okay.
So
it wasn't that sense of regional facility where if you were from certain counties, this is where you came. If, like you said, if you were from Pittsburgh, there probably was another facility that, no, you go to that facility. This is where it's part of it.
The next one we saw is labeled Industry Hall, and it is, again, it's in bad shape. I think they're going to work on it, but it's not. The roofs on many of the buildings now have been replaced, so that's the first step in rebuilding.
Yeah.
And then they're going to do some things.
Yeah, you got to do top from bottom. That's what you do in cleaning too, top to bottom.
So Industry Hall was the next building that we saw. We didn't go in it. One after that, let's see, that's Industry. Then we went to Mayflower, maybe?
Well, at the end of the tour, the building that we were able to, you could go into on your own, where they had exhibits set up. They had photographs.
Oh, like, could I go?
Yeah. That I don't know. That might be
or you had
part
to
of
be
the
the
tour.
tour. Okay.
You probably had to be part of the tour.
I don't know. You may be able to go.
Maybe.
I don't know that you did have to be, but that is actually Mayflower Hall.
Okay.
So that's where the museum is.
Yes.
So you can go through the museum. They have photos and things.
And
like
yeah, the photos are kind of ironic. It's they had, okay, this is the baseball team. This is the laundry, and they would show this is shop, or and they looked like primarily, let's say 30s, 40s. They were all black and white, and they looked very much like, it looked like something out of my mother's high school yearbook.
Right.
Little do you know, they were basically promotional things.
So I took a picture of a cupola.
A cupola
On the top of the building.
Is that
the back
cupola?
of the administration building?
I believe so. That had like a tower on top.
But there were like porta potties in the.
Yeah.
So we can cover something. I'm gonna look at the porta potties.
I'll edit.
But they showed the different rooms that we did go into the museum. They would have artifacts, in other words, wheelchairs. They would have beds. They had records there of some of the inmates or residents.
Yes.
And by name. So
some were inmates though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, because I was myself looking for a specific name, but you could look this up, and then there's a timeline as far as what happened when, and when they proceeded to shut the place down. He talked about the guy, the one African American young man that wrote a book. Roland.
I wrote it down just to myself.
And he highly recommended the book.
Roland Johnson wrote a book.
Yes, he highly recommended it.
And yes, he recommended. He was talked about the African American experience here and how they were treated. And was pretty despicable.
It was, and the wards and things were segregated, but this, I mean, needless to say, he was abused a little bit more than...
But he was also given jobs to clean up, like, the feces and the urine on the ward floors and all that.
Yeah, and if you didn't do it, you got beat.
Well, yeah, and they worked him long hours, and a lot of the residents here that could work, they worked them long hours.
Now, I will say that I picked up a certain...
But they didn't have inmates. They did not take condoms.
No.
I thought there was... Oh, okay. Like later on, but...
Not at all.
He said not.
Okay.
They didn't.
That's good to know.
I will say that I picked... And there was a certain degree, when you talked about when the place opened, that the ratio of caregivers, like you had 2 people to take care of
40 or 50 at first. And
at first, it was like one person had to take care of 50 residents. They had 2
that's a
people
lot.
for 100 people.
Yeah.
And that their turnover, 6 weeks,
Yeah.
they quit. The turnover,
You can't handle
because
that.
they weren't being paid.
Yeah.
The conditions were horrific. They were overwhelmed. I detected a certain degree of sympathy for people maybe in the early stages that they had this tsunami of people that needed care and were overwhelmed. They were not getting any help. And you got to the point where it's like, well, you know what? If nobody else cares about these people, why should I?
Yeah.
So, in a way, you know how they said, well, you know, it started out with good intentions. I mean, there were people there that I'm sure just couldn't, physically did not have the resources to do what they wanted to do. So I'm not going to say, I wouldn't say like every person that ever worked here was a sadist. I think that's a little broad-based.
No, I think there were
I do see
people
how
that did care.
It just became this
Overwhelming. Yeah, absolutely.
overwhelming.
So the other building we looked at was the Philadelphia building, and again, there is a mural on the outside that's really beautiful.
Oh,
that was very pretty.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
And also,
it's a little abstract.
Yeah, and also the
in a good way.
The building before that. Wait a second, let me get the name of it. There were 2 of them outside of that building. By the doors. I forget which building it is now, but we'll post them and I'll be able to leave them at that point. I think I sent them. And they're interesting too. They don't know the origin. But they look old.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, they're the medium. They're kind of a raised.
Like tiles?
No, but they look like they were sculpted or.
Oh, and then painted over.
Painted, right? So they're raised.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was on the side of one of the buildings that was neat.
Oh, that's neat. Go look for the photos that we'll have up.
Oh, it was the administration building on each side of the administration building. Yes. So that was kind of interesting and fun to look at. But again, they don't know the origin of it. There's no documents.
So my next step is to dig into Pennsylvania archives.
Yeah.
And they said because of the date that I'm looking for, I haven't. Yes, a lot of when they took the place over, a lot of the records had been damaged or destroyed or lost.
Yeah.
So they don't have a whole lot to work with. But in the early years, when the state was running it, so if you were looking for someone or something in the 50s, you're not going to be able to find it. But if you're looking at someone in the early years when it first opened, the state archives, she said, would be a good resource. And I believe there's a Facebook page.
Okay.
They have a Facebook page. There is something here you can go on. But she said the earlier you're looking at, the better chance you have of looking for something specific.
Do you feel comfortable in talking a little bit about what you're looking for?
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the guide basically said it for me. I really I didn't bother asking him because he basically relayed my story. My grandparents, and I didn't know anything about my mother's side of the family.
What year was
they got married in 1908.
1908.
Which is the year of this place. So Philly, Collingwood, suburbs. And they had their first child, I'm sure, shortly after that. My mother wasn't born until 22, and she had 2 older brothers, but this was their firstborn child. Story that I've heard was his name was Buddy. So beautiful, healthy baby boy. And supposedly had some kind of a fall before the age of 2 or thereabouts, a bad one. And he had some kind of head trauma where he developed a blood clot at the base of his skull. Now, I don't know the medical particulars, but whatever it was, the doctors at the time, now you have to realize I don't come from real educated people. They were hardworking, good people, but Irish people. Yeah, my grandfather worked in a railroad, and his wife just, worked in a laundry and raised kids. Irish immigrants. So, and at the time, you have to realize that you didn't question authority. If a doctor or someone, a teacher or a professor, somebody told you, or a priest told you something, you just took it as gospel because you don't know. You just, it's long before we questioned authority. And he was going to be cognitively affected. In other words, he was be developmentally delayed. They projected that he was going to be, they would be unable to care for him. This is what they were told.
Right.
And to have him committed, for lack of a better word, and they brought him here to Pennhurst.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's just what you did.
You kind of did what you're told. So they brought him here.
If you're interested, go look at the Kennedy sister.
Yes.
Because she got put away and then lobotomized as well.
Yeah, and that's why her sister Eunice Special Olympics. That all comes to that.
Yes.
So, the story I got was they would come up to visit him once in a while, but it was just so physically and emotionally devastating to my grandmother.
Yeah.
She couldn't deal with it anymore. And now they went on, and she went on to have 5 more kids. The oldest brother.
And where was she from?
Collingwood, PA.
And how far is that?
Oh, it's right outside Philly.
But that's what, 20 miles?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes from my house.
At a time when it's horse and buggy.
Oh yeah, and getting here, there's no interstate, and I don't even know if they had a car. I mean, I know my grandparents had a car. My grandfather worked for Pennsy Railroad.
So it would be a big
difficult. But they tried, and my understanding is his older brother, when he got older, or his younger brother, Jack, and my mother's brother, would come out here to see him. And I believe according to my sister, he lived up into his 50s. Now, I'm assuming he died here. So, he was probably born around 1910, thereabouts, and he was in his 50s when he died. So, I'm assuming that he never died. How badly he was affected, I don't know. I didn't know him. It was one of those things where you didn't talk about him.
Yeah.
Now, the guy was talking about how the residences, especially, that because they had no parental figure, if they saw a female caregiver there, it was mom.
Yeah.
They saw, or if it was a male, it would be pop, because they craved family.
I mean, as you would.
As you would. And he said, and he related the story of a young child that was there, whose parents would come to see him in the beginning, but because the guilt his mother felt from leaving, because the boy was like, please don't leave, and it was overwhelming. She couldn't handle it anymore, and she stopped coming. And he's telling this story, and I'm going,
that's my
hello?
family.
I think now obviously he's not going to name names, it might be an anecdotal story, and it doesn't necessarily mean that happened to be my family.
Right.
But yeah, so I didn't ask him. But the archives in the state of Pennsylvania, archival information back that far. I have a name and I have a date, so I might be able to look up and say, okay, he was there from here to there. You know, I don't, you know, who died here or what he died of, or I mean, I don't know how much detail I'm going to be able to find, but I just found it ironic that the guide basically retold my story without, and I never talked to him. I never said a word to him. He didn't know it, and he retold the story of.
Did you end up telling him a little?
No, I didn't. I kind of let that go because I'm like, okay, I'll look in the archives. But I'm sure that was a relatively common occurrence.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can't imagine being a parent. You know, anyone that has a child. I mean, it's heartbreaking enough when you drop them off at daycare and they grab onto your leg and say, "No, Grandma, no,
I deal with that all the time.
So, and you know you're going to be coming back to see them, but
and I know they're going to have a great time because
5 minutes after you leave, they're fine.
Right.
But I can't even imagine.
I know.
It's got, you know, there's so much. Like, God, how much tragedy on how many different sides can this?
Right.
So I have a little bit of homework to do, and we'll see.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. If you have a story you'd like to tell us, please email us at onlyghostsinthebuilding@gmail.com, or you can find us on Instagram at Only Ghosts in the Building or Facebook at Only Ghosts in the Building. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/onlyghosts-in-the-building, and you can come join for free, or we have a $1 a month tier or a $5 a month tier. Come check us out. We have a lot of good content there. I really enjoy the app and all its capabilities. You can listen, you can watch, and you can read and check out all our content right on there. We have merch for sale at onlyghostinthebuilding.com. There's some really cute stuff, including kids' clothes. Go check that out. Thank you so much. We will see you soon.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.